E aí, gente legal, sou o Joãozitos Gameplay para mais um vídeo aqui do canal. E sim, meus amigos, trazendo essa praga de novo aqui no canal. Sim, no vídeo de hoje nós vamos jogar Getting Over It. Vambora, já vamos começar direto já, ó. Aqui, ó, aí puxa. Caraca, mano, o ruim é que eu tô com outro celular. Eu fui dei um new game, mano. Que ódio! Sim, é um jogo que eu tava com saudade de trazer. Quem diria, hein? Jogo que me estressou muito, eu tava com saudade de trazer. Calma. Aqui. Caraca, mano. O cara, ele tá... Eu não vou me irritar. 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 Hoje eu me recuso a me irritar, ó. Aqui, ó. Ó. Me recuso a me irritar. Aqui, ó. Aqui, gruda aqui na pedra. Gruda nessa madeirinha aqui, ó.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have,
pronto, aqui é fácil.
or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour on the commute.
Gruda aqui, ó.
If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black.
Aqui, ó.
If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped
Aqui,
food
ó.
on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here. Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress, always. Even your mistakes. This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking.
Aí o jogo vai ficar falando.
The author of that game was Jazzo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products.
Calma.
In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery. And the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real. The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazzo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault, as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real. When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas, and that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. not without breaking it
Não,
into
véi, tem que
pieces
agarrar na
and starting
lâmpada,
fresh with
caraca.
new ideas.
Não, não, não. É pra agarrar na lâmpada, filho. Aí, boa. Agora puxa pra cima. Não! Meu Deus, que jogo desgraçado, velho. Aqui, ó, aqui, ó. Isso. Isso. Não, não, não. Calma, calma, calma. Calma. Gente, agora que o cara falou, eu posso comentar com vocês, tá? No última vez que eu fiz um vídeo, né? Foi semana passada. Eu comprei alguns jogos, tá? Tipo Little Nightmares, Stellar of the House. São jogos que eu tô pensando em trazer pra vocês em breve. E também quero terminar Pop Playtime, tá bom? Gente, agora sábado... Ai, caraca, peraí, calma. Calma. Sábado eu quero terminar mais um episódio do Doki Doki, beleza? Caraca, caraca, caraca. Então, sábado agora vai ter mais um episódio do Doki Doki. Tá? Do ponto onde eu parei. Doki Doki é um jogo muito bom, mano. Eu tô ligado que, ó, gente, se você tem menos de 13 anos, não assista os vídeos do Doki Doki, beleza? Eu recomendo, porque é uma história bem pesada, tá bom? Aí, gruda na lâmpada, aqui, aqui, aqui. Puxa o martelo, dá uma voltinha, gruda aqui, gruda aqui. Isso! Meu Deus! Mano do céu! Subir lá em cima, aqui, ó. Gruda, 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 gruda de leve, não puxa com força, filho. Isso, larga o martelo.
For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage.
Calma.
In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
Mano, tô com medo muito de cair lá embaixo. Não, não, eu vou parar aqui, gente, eu vou parar aqui. Gente, não vou dar review no jogo, não. Gente, se inscreve no canal, ativa o sininho se você quer ver eu continuar jogando Getting Over It. E, gente, muito obrigado por assistir até aqui. Um abraço, um beijo no coração de vocês. Falou, valeu e tchau. Ô, musiquinha chata, parece que eu sou um senhor de idade já, mano.